Welcome back to year number 11, championship football weekend. We've got Cascade Valley versus the Miami Hurricanes in the first round of the college football playoffs. Now, I can't remember if I actually showed you guys the Heisman rankings, but ultimately Tyrell Brown is going to win the Heisman over Warren Forwood despite his incredible performance he had towards the end of the season. He missed a couple of games this year. But I do want to point out Miami has a guy in the Heisman list as well, so we have to be very, very careful of Joseph Allen, their star junior running back, who's more of a power back, but you can also catch the ball and make some moves too. Now, from a top 25 standpoint, UCF is the #1 team going into college football playoffs. You're going to see us at number 2 after beating Ohio State previously. Miami will be your 3rd team, and Penn State goes from 6 to 4 because, again, Ohio State falls from 3 to 7, giving them an opportunity to jump in, and they are going to be sitting there at the 4 team. So UCF versus Penn State, Cascade Valley versus Miami. It's going to be an interesting weekend. And UCF isn't a terrible team. Sometimes you see these undefeated teams kind of not be all that great, but they're 88 overall, 91 offense, 85 defense. Compare that to Penn State, who's 93 overall, 95 defense, 92 defense. UCF is undefeated, but I don't think they played a lot of people. If you look at UCF's schedule, though, they didn't really play that many teams. They have number 5 Navy, which is number 5 Navy. Questionable in my opinion. Number 15 SMU. We'll see what they do. And now they got to face off against Penn State. We'll see how that ultimately works out for them. Talking about Miami, though, their quarterback is a monster. 42 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions, an absolute stud across the board. Their running back, Davis, 978 yards, 7 rushing touchdowns. Is also different than the guy who's up for the Heisman vote, so that's interesting. But still, a very potent offense there in Miami. They've got a receiver who can absolutely ball out, too. 17 touchdowns for Kwanu. That's legendary. Cascade Valley Coyotes are ready to get it going. And you know what play it is from the start. Warren Forwood said, hold on, buddy. Don't fumble. Okay, Warren, then we'll take that. The Coyotes are ready to go, man. We got a squad. Tyrell Brown, get yourself a carry because this young fella is your Heisman winner for this season, but he's got a big task against Miami. Big 3rd down to start the game. Can we get something to work? Little halfback screen here. Tyrell Brown looking shifty in the open field. Are you kidding me? The Heisman winner is trying to make a play. 96 speed. Don't look like it. Looks like a grandmother out there, but we'll take the 38-yarder. Now, after that big catch and run, it looks like there was actually an injury to Tyrell Brown, which would be devastating for college football playoff hopes here. So we're going to hope we get a little bit of information there, but until then, Roderick Johnson's in the game. Roderick Johnson's still in the game. It might actually be a serious thing here. Across the middle of those, Warren Forwood finding Mikael Smith, and he's down inside the 15. Roderick Johnson's been good this season. He's got himself a couple of touchdowns. Obviously, he's been our touchdown vulture for this year. We're going to keep feeding him the rock here. A good 6-yard run. We don't know the extent of the injury to Tyrell Brown. We do know we have a guy that was 2nd in the Heisman voting on our team, which is Warren Forwood. Only guy to beat him out this season was his teammate. Forward trying to stretch here. Forward gets to the corner, and Warren Forwood is going to get himself another rushing touchdown this year. Now we know how good the offense is going to be, but how good will our defense be today? We got to check this rushing attack as much as we can, and he fumbles. He might be down. Will they overturn it? We'll figure it out, but I like what we got there. And just as we kind of expected here, they are going to review this one. I have a feeling at least a knee or an elbow or something was down on the ground, and as you can tell, this is going to get overturned pretty quickly. But I love the effort by Houston and by Lanier to make sure they got on that ball. Hate to see it. Miami gets another chance here. What are they going to end up doing? They go with a run right up the middle to Allen. Remember, Allen is a Heisman candidate. Obviously, he didn't win it this year, but he still was a top 5 guy. Send a guy in the backfield here. A QB keeper and Jonas Shackelford, former safety, been a linebacker, and he's doing big things. We find out that Tyrell Brown is not seriously injured from a standpoint of missing any more time this year, but he is going to miss this game. He's out for the entire game with a strained back. We'll figure out what happens next, but right now we're a little nervous. We have no one covering Scarver. Mangiero blew the coverage. He ends up getting the tackle, but Scarver goes 60 yards down the field. Miami lining up. Got to imagine a run's coming here. The quarterback makes a quick little adjustment. Little read option, and look at this. Justin Durant and company are going to bring him down for a loss of 6. Remember, their quarterback has thrown 42 passing touchdowns this year, but he also can run a little bit. He's showing us here as he's nearly in the end zone. Big play here. What do we got? An absolute dot. We were butchering in coverage, and Wilson Woodring. Doesn't even sound like a real name. Miami's got this game tied. Forward, taking his time. The pressure is immediately on him, but he sees a guy. He throws it. He's got Jalen Clark in the open field, which you love to see. And Mr. Clark making business moves happen. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the most passing yards in school history. Warren Forwood again breaking his own little record here, extending it even more in the college football playoffs. And you got to imagine he might hit 4,000 if we make it to the national title game. Needed a conversion. You got to imagine field goals aren't going to help us out too much here. Roderick Johnson doesn't quite know what he's doing. He goes down, and we're kicking a field goal here. So Patrick McDonald on the hold here. This kick is going to be up. Shepard has that one pretty much down the middle, and we're going to have a 10-7 lead. But that's going to be a lot of pressure on our defense now. Little play action. Doesn't have a lot of time. Throws one, and Desmond Simmons is going to get the interception. Gets the feet in bounds. Would have been good in college, high school, the NFL, the AFL, the CFL, the XFL. It don't matter. Big-time players make big-time plays. That's exactly what Desmond Simmons is out there doing. And or Derek Johnson, you all right? Got a lot of time. Doesn't see any. He pump fakes. Forward, throw it away. Forward throws one. Porter Ryan caught that. Are you kidding me? On what planet? Or Derek Johnson got plenty of yards there. Probably his best run of the game. Goes for 9. Forward gets rid of it quickly. Antonio Vaughn, dangerous in the open field. Looking fantastic on that 12-yard rush. 5 minutes left here in the second quarter. We want to take as much time as we can. We do not want them to have an easy opportunity. As long as we can score here, get some points to the board. Look at Patrick McDonald. Again, third-string running back, and our starter's out, so he's going to get a chance to carry some. Big opportunity on 2nd and 4. Right across the middle, Porter Ryan. This ball is thrown wildly behind him, and he holds on to that one still. Inside the red zone, Forwood's dangerous here. Hits him with a nasty move. He's going to get a horse collar tackle, and they called nothing on that. Forwood, though, is going to get up and be okay. Starting quarterback with the backup quarterback right there, Patrick McDonald, getting his chance to shine. He's been Mr. Postseason every single year that he's been out here, and he's almost in the end zone. They say he's down at the 1. Forwood keeps the offense right back out there, doesn't give him a chance to hurry back up. Gives the ball to Patrick McDonald, and Patrick McDonald with a rushing touchdown. He's had rushing touchdowns, passing touchdowns, receiving touchdowns. He's been Mr. Do-It-All his whole career. Miami's feeling the pressure now, 3:35, trying to get some points back on the board. Henderson's going to throw one, and that is only able to be caught by a guy in the sideline. Trying to get as much pressure as we can against Miami's offensive line. Out of the backfield, looks like Christoph Houston maybe got to Henderson, but he gets rid of it, and Durant brings down Hood after an 8-yard grab. And the Hurricanes convert here. They throw a dot to Woodring, who's had a couple of grabs already and gets leveled by Houston. Miami continues to move the clock. They hand this football off. Christoph Houston gets thrown to the ground like he's a small child, and Travion Wilson brings him down after 6. Playing the pass the entire way on 2nd and 4. They throw to the flats. Michael Lanier is going to see Davis jump out of bounds. We got questions, but he ain't got the answers. What is Miami going to do? They throw to the flats. We got some guys, but it don't matter. This dude breaks multiple tackles, and Alonzo Lewis gets more than he needed. Watching these guys in the flats. Another pass thrown over the top of our linebackers, and it goes for 14 this time. It's under 2 in the clock. Allen goes up the middle. Solid tackle. Only gets 4. Second down, 6 yards to go. They stick to the run game. Allen runs into his own man. Though Lanier is going to find him in the backfield for no gain. 3rd down, 6 yards to go. Henderson needing something. Finds a guy, and Scarver is in the end zone. Not only is he in there, he ran over our guy. Forwood feels the pressure. He's going to step up, and they say he's down. 4th and 1. And not only is he's down, but he's down. So in the biggest game of the season, 1 game away from the national championship, Warren Forwood looks to be potentially out for this game and maybe even longer. We kick the field goal. We're going to be up 6 points going into halftime, but the story of this game right now is injuries to the top 2 Heisman vote getters. They might be out for the entire game, if not longer. Our lead is looking like it might be vanishing shortly. Miami is moving down the field. They are sitting right where they want to be. Their quarterback is out here. Christoph Houston trying to bring him down. Kendall Johnson ends up getting him, but it's 13 yards and a couple away from the end zone. They go to do something, and he runs over Justin Durant. Their quarterback is crazy. Our guys need to get a stop here. We've been struggling in the goal line. We're trying to get something here. I mean, look at the defense step up. Back-to-back runs, and we shut them both down. It's like a potential screenplay here. Their quarterback has all day, and Miami is going to take the lead. This is why you keep a Patrick McDonald on your team. This is why he didn't transfer, because he knew that he was going to have a potential opportunity to come out here and shine. And this is his magic moment to see what he can do. And McDonald refuses to go down. He's got fresh legs. You got to feel for a guy like Warren Forwood. The injuries have just taken his season every single year and made them significantly shorter than they ever should have been. And what was that route and catch? McDonald throws a strike. Armani Fertney. Hey, he's not Forwood, but he still loves a big tight end. McDonald has won national titles before. He knows that he can get this job done. He just needs his offensive line to do what they can do, to block for him and give him a chance. And the defense has to step up as well. Keyshawn Anderson's in the game now. Patrick McDonald. Good run. We'll take the 6 yards. We're kind of in a spot we're in 4-down territory because we have just been going through it right now. We need this team to shine. We got a backup linebacker that's actually a dual threat running back for us as well. McDonald's in quarterback, so he's got to be the guy. Donald goes right to him here. Roderick Johnson battles, but he only gets 2. Out of town on the field here for McDonald, but he is gassed right now. He's been doing the most. He comes back with a strike to Jeremiah Butler, who is having a couple of great grabs so far today. It's just amazing what Coach McMervin has been able to do to convince a Patrick McDonald to stay at Cascade Valley. Despite all the things that people have been telling him, he decided to stay. And look at what it's doing, giving him an opportunity to shine here in a potential national title clinching game. And look at Roderick Johnson in the end zone. What a dot for McDonald. And here in the semifinal, Cascade Valley's still alive. Now, because Miami's up 1, because of how things have fallen, we are going to go for it right here. This is tough, but McDonald, he's a seasoned veteran. He can do this. He's scrambling, he sees the guy, he throws it, and he doesn't even see the ball coming. Wide open, just unfortunately doesn't go our way. Can the defense get a stop here? This is our biggest problem right now. We have not been able to really get a stop when we need to, and they have been running the football all over us, and it shows. Back in the pistol here, they bring Lewis over to the right-hand side. Christoph Houston, what a play. Team needs to get a stop here. Can we stop them again? Not on this play. Woodring runs a beautiful route right in front of our guys. Despite the early interception, Henderson's been great. He's absolutely dotting up our defense. Has 3 total touchdowns. He's finding his guys open every which way, and we have yet to get a big stop outside of the interception earlier from Simmons. Trying our best to get to the quarterback. We can't again. Lanier's going to bring him down for a tackle, but we need to force a fumble, get a pick, or do something because Miami is on fire. Hendershot throws one, and oh my God, Equano with a huge 12-yard grab. Got to be a little bit nervous. A fumble? No, they call that a pass. That was absolutely a fumble. That should have been taken back to the house by us. 2nd and 10, another run, and I mean, we just are getting no pressure in the backfield. There's an injury, though. It might be on Joseph Allen, their starting running back. It is their starting running back. He's out right now. They go with their quarterback, trying to turn up. He gets behind his running back accidentally, and it is going to be enough for the first. Hendershot stays in shoddy. Hands this one off to the edge, and his running back Davis is going to go in completely untouched. He went to the wide side of the field, had a picnic, a holiday, and he gets the touchdown. Because of the way the score, Miami's going to go for 2 here, try to make it a field goal difference. And Hendershot goes right where he needs to, gets the 3-point lead, and we're struggling. Every possible hurdle you can imagine we've had today, it's been there. Our 2 Heisman candidate players, gone. We have got to figure out how we're going to do this, and we've got to figure it out fast, because if we don't, Miami has enough offensive firepower to make this a blowout. The good news is for us, though, we've had guys step up, and we have some big-time playmakers making some big-time plays. We just need a whole lot more of that if we're going to be able to win this game. And look at Roderick Johnson try to turn up a little bit and get a little fancy with a 7-yard run. We did get word that Joseph Allen, their starting running back, a Heisman candidate, is going to be out for the remainder of the game here, which is fantastic news for Cascade Valley. And Patrick McDonald says, and I was running, call him Forrest Gump. We want him to slide. He refused to, but we want him to slide. This game has turned into a classic. Miami has us right where they want us, but we've got to drive this going right now. The biggest test is going to be, can our defense really get a stop? Because if they do, we're going to be fine. But if they don't, you know how it goes. Keyshawn Anderson is going to come in the game. Linebacker, running back, he does it all, and he's looking to make something happen here. The big fella, 51. We see you on the 6-yard catch. 2 for 5 on 3rd down conversions. It's not going to be good enough. We need touchdowns here. McDonald with an opportunity, pitches it out. Jalen Clark is in the end zone. Patrick McDonald could have ran that one himself, but he knew it's a better opportunity to get it out to the edge, get the unselfish plays, and watch your team get in the end zone. What do they do on 3rd and 7 here? They go for a screen, and Shelby is right there, making them lose a couple of yards. In 4th and 9, they're probably kicking this. Miami is going to line up for the field goal here. 4th and 9, the defense, bend, don't break. This is what we needed from them. A great effort. This field goal is going to be good. Unfortunately, it would have been great if they missed it, but we have a 1-point lead with 3:32 left. Miami has 2 minutes, 31 seconds left. They were gifted, basically, a huge opportunity, and Kendall Owens with a huge stop in the backfield. Apparently not. Our guys are just playing some of the worst coverage they have played all season. This is the worst time to do it. Miami's almost in field goal range, just makes things really dicey. Morgan Williams is going to stay there, and they still get 1. Good for the stop. They go to the sideline. Christoph Houston brings them down. It's 3rd and 3. They go up the middle, and of course, it's a beautiful run, and now we got to be a little bit worried about the clock. Miami goes with the run, and a huge hit there. We're going to call a timeout on 2nd and 12. We want to at least have a little bit of time if they happen to make a kick here. 2nd and 12. Got to imagine they're looking for some runs here. They go for a play, and that's going to be huge. 3rd and 17 now for Miami. We're not calling a timeout at this point. Miami goes for a check down Charlie play. Christoph Houston with a great hit, and that's going to bring this ball to what could be a decisive field goal. So we're going to line up here. This is going to be about a 47-yard field goal, which is dicey in college. They have antifreeze, which makes this really not that much of more of a difficult kick than it normally would be. Miami's kicking this kick to see if they go to the national title game. This one's going to be close. They missed it. Cascade Valley is going to survive on a field goal that was inches away from going in. Miami's kicker is going to choke, and Cascade Valley rides again. Our Heisman winning running back gone for the game early. Our second place finished quarterback for the Heisman gone after the first half. We did this with a backup quarterback, a backup running back, and a defense that was running on fumes. And Cascade Valley is going to move on to the national title game because what an absolutely incredible performance. Miami was almost there, but their kicker He might want to transfer schools after this one. Recapping the player stats, Warren Forwood was 9 for 12, 167 yards passing. He was fantastic, and then he got hurt. And then Patrick McDonald comes in 5 for 7, 59 yards, 1 touchdown. And for some reason, Armani Fernie decided to come in and play quarterback, which was not a good decision when we needed a big third down conversion. On the rushing side, there was not a lot to be happy about. Roderick Johnson was averaging 3 yards per carry. Forwood and McDonald both get in the end zone. We do see Jalen Clark get in the end zone as well on that one that basically won it for us at the end of the game. On the receiving side, Roderick Johnson had 1 touchdown on 15 yards receiving. With Warren Forwood being out and McDonald coming in and this being a crazy game, we kind of couldn't do as much as we wanted to on a passing game. But the good news is, while we don't have Warren Forwood back next week, at least we get Tyrell Brown. And then the defensive side, Christoph Houston was that guy. 11 tackles for him, 1 for a loss, a couple of crazy plays on the line of scrimmage that really helped us seal this deal. Michael Lanier was also fantastic from a sack perspective. We didn't get to the quarterback a single time, which is just not acceptable. But Desmond Simmons, early in the game, the true sophomore, made a heck of a play to get us that ball back and really help turn the tide of the game. The national title is going to be a wild one. Can we survive? We're about to find out. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys on the next one.